Who are the types of people that I think America should be following besides me? Well, you talked about our recent Heroes of Zero conference. We had Ed Slott, we had Tom Hegna, we had Van Miller. So all three of those guys are people that are very admirable and to be followed. Ed Slott is America's CPA. Wall Street Journal called him the America's IRA expert. He knows more about this stuff than just about anyone else on the planet. And he wrote the foreword for the Power of Zero. He and I are like two peas in a pod. He's a CPA. He says life insurance is the single greatest tax benefit in the IRS tax code. I don't know how you square that with Dave Ramsey, who conversely says, if you have a cash value life insurance policy, you should dump it, no questions asked. I mean, I don't know how you square those two things, right? Yeah. So Ed Slott's he loves Roth conversions, believes that tax rates in the future are likely to be dramatically higher than they are today. Tom Hegna is probably the foremost expert in the world on guaranteed lifetime income. He wrote the foreword for my book, Tax-Free Income for Life. And he's the guy that says that, you could talk to 50 different retirement experts. They can give you 50 different recommendations, but he says, look, if they don't include an annuity, they are mathematically not the best recommendation. And so he's always saying, reach in your portfolio, remove the bonds, replace them with cash value life insurance or annuities. You'll increase your return, lower your risk, lower the standard deviation of your entire portfolio, and experience a better outcome over time. So, and of course, guys like you, Caleb, are out there, preaching the good word. So there's a lot of people out there that are to be admired for what they're doing and the wrongs that they're righting every single day, and clearing up all of the confusion generated by these gurus. But I think Ed Slott and Tom Hegna and Van Miller, of course, are all preaching really, really solid messages right now.
I love it. I appreciate you sharing that. Let's anything else you want to say as it relates to your book? How can people get it, and how can people support this message? Because I have another question, but it's not related necessarily to your book.
Sure. Book is going to be going up for pre-sale probably in the next month, so it's not available quite yet. So here we are in June. So sometime probably in July, it's going to be ready for a pre-order, and then it'll come out sometime in the fall. So we're still waiting on details on all of that. But the book's been written, the foreword's been written, the cover's been created. It's all ready to go. We're just waiting for some things to fall into place.
And you're ready for taking some shots, because you know that you're literally you're calling out people that have bigger platforms than you. And so have you thought, and this is going to be published through a publisher, so are you worried about getting any legal letters or anything, or are you staying kind of above board in the way that you call people out?
Yeah, the whole manuscript went through the legal department of this publisher, and I was surprised. They didn't have a lot to change. I mean, they basically, there was one statement that's a pretty bold statement. They said, instead of making that a statement, let's put a question mark at the end to make it up, to soften it up a little bit. So I was actually pretty pleased when it came back that they really didn't change much about the manuscript. I mean, I think that you should be able to call a spade, and if you got a bone to pick with someone and it's true and it can be supported by the facts, that you should be able to write it in America.
Well, and what we have is a ton of public record of people saying certain things. And so it's not one of these things where you were like, hey, I went out to dinner with Dave Ramsey and he allegedly said, it's like, you got to be careful with stuff like that. But it's like, no, there's videos that this person is not taking down, in fact, has millions of views promoting this. And you can reference that and then use data to give your opinion. And your opinion could potentially have more math and logic versus others.
Okay, folks, that was part 7 of my interview with financial advisor Caleb Gilliams. In the next 10 years, I'm looking to put 1 million Americans on the road to the 0% tax bracket. If you would like some help implementing a balanced, comprehensive approach to tax-free retirement that shields you from the impact of higher taxes down the road, head on over to davidmcknight.com and click on the Connect with an Advisor button. I'm happy to refer you to an advisor in the Power Zero network that has been trained, vetted, and qualified personally by me. If you're a financial professional and want to learn how to become a certified Power Zero advisor, head over to powerzero.com and opt into my free video series. And if you have any comments or questions, feel free to drop them into the comment section below. I'll respond to every single one of them personally. And don't forget to click like, subscribe, and the bell so you never miss a video. This is David McKnight. I look forward to seeing you on the next video.